Hello, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Berg, and now we all know that people like Einstein over here were clever. Clever guy. They're literally famous for being incredibly clever. But what about people who aren't famous for that but are still famous? What about people who didn't get famous for their brains but secretly they might be more clever than most of us? Well, certainly me. Now, some of them might have staggeringly high IQs, intellectual jobs maybe in their past, or they attended top level universities, and while you can obviously be smart without those, they're a pretty decent indicator, and sometimes the only one we've really got. So join me now and let's jump into the top 10 smartest celebrities you will not believe, and we're going to kick things off right now with our number 10, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
We've all seen Matt Damon in enough movies to know he's a great actor. I mean, look at Good Will Hunting, where he played the hyper-intelligent math genius, but Matt isn't a million miles away from that character. He reportedly has a very high IQ, and after being a straight A student, he went on to study at none other than Harvard University. While there, he was actually awarded the Harvard Arts Medal, and he also wrote the screenplay for Good Will Hunting with Ben Affleck. Not bad.
I don't like the sound of them apples. Well, what are we gonna do?
But in the end, he did have to leave before graduation to go film a Hollywood movie. Now guys, please don't try and use that as an excuse to get out of any classes. It's kind of just a Matt Damon thing. Alright, moving on to number 9 now, we have Ken Jeong. Now you might know him as the wacky Mr. Chow from The Hangover, maybe, or as Ben Chang in Community, but what you might not know is that this funny man Ken is actually a doctor in real life who could save your bloody life. Not laughing now, are you? Alright, okay, well technically he's trained in obstetrics, which is all to do with pregnancy and childbirth, but Ken has an MD from the University of North Carolina and has completed his internal medicine residency in New Orleans. It was there actually that he started working on his stand-up comedy routine, and the rest is history. But he will drop the comedy life to deliver your baby like that. I'm not very good at clicking. Everyone does it with those fingers. Alright, coming in at number 8 now, we have Ashton Kutcher. Now he's known for playing the prankster on Punk'd or the fool on That 70s Show, but don't let that fool you. Ashton is not dim.
What does mine say? Swing! You idiot!
He actually went to university to study biochemical engineering because he wanted to find a cure for his brother's heart problem. Wow, sounds like a movie. Talk about brotherly love. I feel like a bad brother now. Thanks, Ashton. In the end though, Ashton ended up dropping out of his science degree after he won a modelling competition and then went off to become a huge Hollywood actor, which I think is a rookie mistake. Ashton, take it from me, if you do win a modelling competition, ignore it. That's my advice, I'd know all about that. Alright, moving on to number 7 now, we have Emma Watson. Now everybody knows that Hermione Granger was annoyingly book smart in the Harry Potter movies, but even she would have a hard time competing with Emma Watson herself. The actress graduated from Brown University in 2014 with a degree despite having missed 2 semesters to film the Harry Potter movies. Again, don't try that excuse guys to get out of school. I tried it once, went horribly. After graduation and between other Hollywood movies, Emma also became an ambassador to the United Nations on women's rights, and sometimes I put my shirt on inside out and don't notice all day. Alright, coming in at number 6 now, we have Steve Martin. Now you may know him as Hollywood's funny man over the past few decades, known for his goofy physical comedy, but behind the scenes, Steve Martin is an absolute brainbox. He has a reported IQ of 142 and is a member of the prestigious Mensa group because of it. Despite being a comedy actor, Steve studied neither comedy or acting at university and instead opted to take on philosophy at the University of California. He even considered becoming a professor of philosophy, but unfortunately laughter got in the way of that and he entered the world of comedy. Typical bloody laughter, ruining everyone's philosophy careers. Alright, next up now at number 5, we have one of the stars of The Big Bang Theory, Mayim Bialik. She plays Amy Fowler, who has a PhD in neurobiology from one of the best universities in the world, and she does it really well. If you're wondering how she manages to pretend so well, she's She's kind of not pretending. Mayim actually has a PhD in neuroscience from UCLA after turning down offers from both Yale and the university her character attended, Harvard. You know you're smart when you turn down the education that your genius character took. Yeah, bet her character feels pretty dumb right about now. Moving on now to our number 4, we have Cindy Crawford. While Cindy was making waves in the 90s as a supermodel, many people didn't realize she is actually incredibly intelligent. She graduated from her high school in 1984 as a valedictorian, which for those of us who didn't grow up with that kind of stuff at school, it's basically given to the smartest kid at the school. Actually, maybe I did grow up with that, but nobody bothered to mention it to me. But for Cindy though, this was just the start, as she got an academic scholarship to go on to study chemical engineering at Northwestern University, which sounds very, very clever indeed. Unfortunately, she had to drop out to become a supermodel. These are the problems of being both smart and beautiful, or so I've heard. Moving on now to our number 3, we have Lisa Kudrow, aka Phoebe from Friends. Now she's obviously famous for playing the lovable but ditzy member of the 90s TV show gang. However, in real life, Lisa Kudrow has definitely got the smarts. She's actually got a BS degree in biology, and before she went into acting, she joined her dad, who was a doctor, in his research on headaches. She actually spent 8 years working on his staff as they studied headaches, specifically the likelihood of left-handed people in developing cluster headaches. So if that sounds like you, if you're left-handed and you get headaches and one day they find a cure, then amazingly you might be thanking Phoebe from Friends for that. Alright, coming in at number 2 now, we have Mr. Bean, or technically the actor and creator behind him, Rowan Atkinson. Now Mr. Bean is known around the world as the bumbling buffoon who manages to get himself into the biggest and smallest of messes all of the time. But Rowan Atkinson is so far from that, it's unreal. He received a degree and then a master's degree from Oxford University in electrical engineering. Yes, I never thought I'd say this, but Mr. Bean is technically a master in engineering the power of electricity. That sounds incredibly epic when I put it like that, but yeah, still, he's a clever guy. And finally now at number 1, we have got the R&B legend, that is John Legend. Before becoming one of the biggest names in music out there, John was offered scholarships to Georgetown, Morehouse College and Harvard University, but turned them all down to study at the University of Pennsylvania, where he took English with an emphasis on African American literature. After graduating from that, he became a consultant for Boston Consulting Group, one of the biggest of its kind in the world apparently. He gave up that job when his music career took off. Now I can only say that's a shame, because he could have been like the best consultant in the world. He could have consulted all of us. I'm not actually sure what a consultant does. Well guys, that was our list of the smarty pants celebs out there. Who did you not expect to see on this list? Do you know of any that we missed out? I'm sure we did. Whatever your thoughts and comments are, leave them down there below. Also drop us a like if you've got this far in the video. It means the world to us here at Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Burke. You can find me on Instagram somewhere down there. Take care everyone, have a lovely day, and I'll see all of you in the next one.